this is a special edition, special coverage about the New York, New Jersey impact of Hurricane Ida, or whatever remains of it. Considering the damage and the impact of it, it's hard to imagine that this is just the tail end of that hurricane. But I've for the first time in my life had a real close-up experience with this kind of weather. I've seen this on TV. And this time around, I almost got swept with my car driving a few blocks from my home, actually, in Maplewood, in a Hilton neighborhood. I imagined that I would know when I was entering an area of danger, but it turned out that it was, by the time I realized, I was knee deep in it, no pun intended. But it was quite an experience to feel this, not just see it, because you can feel the engine straining and the car attempting to drive, and you're barely moving forwards. You're moving a little bit sideways, and I had the sense that the wheels were not quite in contact with the ground. Things were floating by me. Quite an unpleasant experience. I did not know, frankly, if I would come out of it or what would happen. But either way, we have a few clips from around the area, and we'll be covering a little bit of that tonight. We had originally scheduled program about cryptocurrency with Sean Wall. However, he got flooded. They actually needed to rescue their server farm, the crypto server farm from the basement, which got completely flooded. So he's currently attempting to get back on his feet. I wish him the best of luck. It's not pleasant. My own basement got flooded, and a lot of people in the Hilton neighborhood in Maplewood also commented that their basements were completely overwhelmed. Even people like myself who had powerful sump pumps. Sump pumps just could not handle the thrust of that water coming in. And I guess if the pipe, if the drainage of the sump pump is also submerged, it affects the ability to drain water. So I believe that what's happened during part of this event. Let's look at what happened in New York. Here's some clips from The Guardian. Let's take a look.
Yes, you are.
This is the Newark airport. We'll see that again later.
This is terrible. My God, look at this. I'm stuck. Oh my God, this poor person's floating. Oh my God, this is terrible. They're trying to cut it off, but they're trying to get some rafts in here. People are screaming. My God, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Yeah, well, this is not fun. Let me just back up a little bit and talk about this whole event, because it's becoming extremely apparent to scientists and everyone that this has strictly to do with climate change, or we call it a climate emergency. But it's clearly these events that would have been lesser in magnitude have sped up, have really gotten accelerated, and this scientists have also come up with the models to be able to better connect between events and whether they are or are not related to the global climate change. So that is something that has also occurred, and it's quite clear there's a connection. Let's look at what happened here in Short Hills, Millburn, which is a little bit of a drive up. I actually crossed one of these roads and yesterday night, and that's one of the places where I got really scared. There were restaurant tables floating in the middle of the street, and this is what it looked like. And the aftermath of this was in the next day in Millburn downtown. Here's what that looked like in one particular.
I've never seen that before.
Walk away.
I've never seen that whole life before, right?
Wow. Oh my. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Isn't the floor really damaged, right? Yeah.
Ah.
We'll probably never see this ever again.
Can we try?
So the water pushed up underneath the floor and flowed right up. You see
Yeah,
the building, the
because-
bark? Can you see? Can you see in the back?
So the water actually runs at the bottom of the
Yeah, because
building.
it goes
right?
underneath it, but it was so strong it pushed the floor up.
Oh my.
It came in through the floor.
So can you know what?
No kids in there. Get all the kids out. Out, kids.
And you can see also what the day looked like outside today. It was unbelievable. It was hard to believe what transpired last night. It really was calm and nice today, but that was very deceiving. Here's a road that I wanted to cross next to the library in Maplewood, New Jersey. That is basically Baker Street, and this is after the water calmed down a little. Here it is. Yeah, so that was probably like it was significantly higher, maybe half a foot higher at the height of it, and there were cars that started driving and then changed their mind. There were emergency cars that changed their mind, and just about anybody who tried to cross that axis between Millburn and Maplewood, for example, on Millburn Avenue, were encountered this river just flowing through the streets without anything to stop it. Here's something from Newark earlier in the day.
Where is it? Where do you go? Oh, over here.
Part of the problem with these floods is that we have a lot of paved areas, and so there's not a lot of absorption into the ground. And when water starts flowing, when there's too much for the ground to absorb, it starts just flowing onto the streets, and there's really no place for the water to go except for streaming through the streets as if they were rivers. So they're basically man-made rivers. And here's another one from Newark. Later in the day. Later in the night.
Wow. This, of course, affected the Newark airport as well, and this is what that looked like. The water actually reached the planes, and planes were grounded. I'm not sure what the status of it is now, but that has affected the whole flight schedule from Newark airport. This is quite incredible that an airport is submerged in that way. Here's some more pictures of New York, what that looked like. Some drone takes from, I believe that's Throg's Neck Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. There's 8 people were, this is old news, in New Jersey right now. In New Jersey right now, the toll stands on 28 people that are confirmed dead. There's also additional, some people that are missing.
Hey, the 26 floods. Did you read that?
In Louisiana, where it's visited earlier this week, on the devastation there was also quite incredible. So this is quite an unbelievable thing for our region. Many people have not seen anything like that. There were some really amazing drone shots from Somerville, New Jersey, and other areas. I'll show them here next. Here we go. Quite amazing shots. The brown water, you can see a lot of the issue we have with monoculture commercial farming is that because the way farming is conducted in this country on a non-permaculture basis, the ground has no resilience whatsoever. It does not absorb well, it does not hold well, so a lot of erosion happens, and a lot of that soil from the fields gets swept up and disappears, and you can't really bring that back very easily. And so when you see this color of water that to me looks like there were some agricultural areas in the area that got flooded as well. Here's clips from the Somerville and Raritan, New Jersey area. You can see the vast area of submerging. This has so far they've counted it to go into the billions of dollars in damages, 20 billion and up. It is just quite a sum when you think about it. And if that continues to happen on a regular basis, if this is the new normal, as scientists are saying, this is not going to look very well. It's not going to be very good. And we have just reached 1.5 degrees of warming globally, and we're talking about Celsius degrees. We're scheduled to reach about 2 degrees in the good scenario that we can curb global warming. If we cannot, it's going to be much harder to stop. It's going to be pretty much a runaway situation with positive feedback going on, where there's a tipping point or multiple tipping points reached, like we discussed on this channel. And at that point, things start taking happening on their own without human help. So basically, the permafrost releasing vast amounts of methane, large fires releasing a huge amount of carbon, as has happened so far in this summer around the world, in the Mediterranean, in the West Coast, in Europe, and so on. So this is like the optimistic. They believe that optimistically we can only hope to curb it at 2 degrees. But all of these events that are happening at 1.5 degrees heating will just accelerate and unfortunately happen much more frequently when it comes to our near future, our upcoming years. And we don't even have to think of it as what our children are going to be experiencing. This is what we're going to be experiencing, and we are already. So here's another drone shot from Somerset, New Jersey, at the Weston Canal Road. Have lost their cars, their homes, their businesses, their pets. And there's nothing unique about this. This has been happening in other places, but you see it on the TV and it seems like it's far away. You feel bad for those people, but this is when it hits you personally. It becomes a personal thing, and at the same time, this administration is playing along with fossil fuel manufacturers that insist that their business should not be curbed. Biden said just a couple of weeks ago that fuel prices should be reduced, and he wanted to get back to normal, so to speak, with fuel consumption and usage. And the truth is, we really cannot afford it. We have to stop the dependence on fossil fuels pretty much cold turkey unless we want to see this getting worse and worse. We just don't have a choice. Let's look at something that happened in Rahway, New Jersey. One of the houses that got flooded. This is something that happens on occasion. Their gas line gets disrupted and an explosion pursues. Let's see what that looks like.
Security camera captured the dramatic moments when a house exploded this morning in Rahway, New Jersey. No one was inside, but a driver was injured by flying debris. The explosion leveled the house there on River Road, and at least 3 other homes were damaged. We are told the family had evacuated because of flooding. Rahway police say it appears flooding caused a gas leak that led to the explosion.
In Kennilworth, there was some good news. They rescued the baby from one of the houses. Here's the father holding the baby. Just a couple of seconds from that.
Me too. I'm in Weston Canal, about an hour away from here, and we've been here for about 30 hours. So I don't know.
Rescued by a boat.
Nothing I can do. I'll
try to make it over there today.
Weird at night because
like
you didn't know where it was. Cars, like you saw things in the distance, like that car that saw some lights on back there.
I have an in-ground pool. I have no idea. I didn't take the water out. Who knows what it's going to look like?
Me too. I'm in.
Yeah, it's quite upsetting that. Again, it's going to take a while to recover from this, and what goes through my mind when I look at when I see these floods occurring is all these stuff that's hanging around people's houses, in their garages and elsewhere, all the chemicals they're storing, the bleach and the paint and the whatever they're storing, and that gets all swept up and spills into the environment, and some toxins get along, I don't know, whatever it is, like could be pesticides or whatever, that all get swept up, mixed in, and flows into the water. I presume that that's going to make its way down to groundwater in some places. So if you're in a semi-rural place or a rural place, that may affect your water. So we will see if we hear more and more news of people having trouble with their water sources. And this is not unique to us, to our area, or even to the United States. Here's an assemblage of images from around the world, and that may be even more extreme than the images we've just seen. But this has been happening just this summer. So here it goes.
Vale una lana, ¿no? Ah, bro, no manches. Mira, ahí va el señor por uno. Yo también voy por otro. No, cállate, no.
Maybe it was an Egyptian
Mira,
guy.
no chingues. Mira. Ahí va el otro, míralo. Ay, no, Dios mío. Estaba arrastrando. Capitano, che dici?
Unbelievable. Well, and I'd like to hear from someone telling me that this is all coincidental and there's no global climate crisis. This is where we are at, folks, and things are going as usual, business as usual, pretty much, with some concessions to like green investments or whatever. But this is not going to cut it. We really need to press on our politicians and press on CEOs of fossil fuel companies to not put their pockets before our own world, before our own earth. So I hope to see you guys next week when we'll cover the cryptocurrency. There's going to be an interesting show with Sean Wall, who's going to talk to us and explain the differences in the different cryptocurrencies and their effect on the environment. Likewise, we're going to talk about the SEC's crackdown on Library, which is an organization that uses cryptocurrency as a mechanism to run their platform. And that's going to be coming next week, probably on Wednesday evening. We are also going to have our No Joke show, our usual Saturday No Joke show at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. And hopefully, I'm hoping Marcus Kranks can finally join us, but we'll see. We will have some topics for that as well. So till next time, I hope you'll have a better time, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.